between those gentlemen. Whoa, look at Ryan Tuerck coming out hot, coming out swinging, literally. Ryan Tuerck initiates in that first front clip, tight around the front clip. Kyle Mohan tucks into the smoke, but Tuerck pulls away. Live free or die, that is the motto of his home state, and right now is living free out front. Now coming back and outside of that keyhole. And through that touch and go he does. Shout out to the race service homies watching it. Let's just listen to this 4-cylinder turbo nitrous powered hot hatchback of Ryan Tuerck. There you Ryan Tuerck out front, Meyer out back. Ryan Tuerck initiates that come out. Toyota Racing, Toyota Corolla hatchback. Big angle from him. Whoa, buddy, looks more rally car than drift car. Overcooks it. Ryan Tuerck goes wild on initiation. Dips out to that second outer zone as Eve Meyer. Wow, look at this. Eve Meyer could have an advantage here, Ryan, because right on initiation, Ryan overcooks it. Yard sale.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. Eve Meyer now in front. He gets a clean air. Look at Ryan Tuerck all over him as Eve, oh, he is pushing around the track as he transitions now coming up the hill into that first outside zone. Ryan Tuerck banging doors wheel to wheel in that second outside zone. Now tightening up to that clip in the keyhole. Gotta love Eve, his tenacity. Oh, Ryan Tuerck goes on the dirt. That is not where you want to go. And Eve Meyer, you know what? He didn't get handed this. He absolutely put it down. Absolutely. Toyota Corolla hatchback. He's on those Ditto tires. All right, initiating into that bank. See Taylor Hall a little bit higher than Ryan Tuerck. Look at that. Well done by Taylor Hall. But now Ryan Tuerck grips up coming through the power alley. And look at that. The Cadillac ATS comes through, pokes out, and gets into the groove. Like Madonna, there you have it. Well done, Ryan Tuerck. And man, Taylor Hall on that bank. Ah, such a bummer. Love the way Taylor Hall has progressed. 4-cylinder turbo nitrous, Toyota Corolla hatchback. Ryan Tuerck advances on with Mobil 1 flowing through the veins. Here's Ryan Tuerck at the BC Racing suspension, getting challenged there on that transition from the bank to the flat bottom. Looking a lot more comfortable now, obviously with just one car on track. There's Ryan Tuerck moving on in the top 16. He will be going against Dean Carnage Carney in the top 16. Here we go. All right, Taylor Hall throws it in, massive angle there. Ryan Tuerck just quickly gets to the side of the caddy. Oh man, Taylor Hall dragging bumper. Man, both the attitudes of the vehicles. See him just ships in the night. Here we go. Look at that. Taylor puts the Cadillac right in the crease. Well done by Taylor Hall and Ryan Tuerck.
Just no slouches.
He is one to watch. Here we go. Our one more time battle. Tuerck and Hall. Tuerck initiates into the bank. High on the bank goes Tuerck. Oh, look at Taylor Hall drops into formation with that intimidator of a vehicle. Massive angle from Ryan Tuerck. Look at Taylor Hall transition, snaps back. Taylor Hall a little bit deeper on the inside clip, taking it home as a souvenir. And Ryan Tuerck gets in the crease, licks the stamp, and sends it. Well done. Ryan Tuerck will lead. As Ryan Tuerck, whoa! And Ryan Tuerck goes into the wall. And Dean Carnage Carney in that lead position will bring it on home, and unfortunately Ryan Tuerck quickly comes to a halt. Let's take a look at this again. Well, absolute bummer. Let's see, did Ryan Tuerck just lunge into the side and just threw him up into the wall?
We know that there are 3 locations.
Here we go. Debut for him at least. Here goes Ryan Tuerck in that Gum-Out Toyota Racing Toyota Corolla hatchback. Coming to that first outside zone. Taylor Hall shores it up. Does not get all the way out there. Maybe a little timid there. Whoa, Ryan Tuerck gets into the wall. Keeps it off there, just bounces right off. And look at Taylor Hall. Look at the proximity here we get from Taylor Hall. Brown cloud being thrown up past that front clip. Crawling past the front clip goes Taylor Hull. Now Ryan Tuerck bringing it into that final outside zone, and that's where a lot of the drivers overshoot. You just saw yellow speed. Next to tires, Cadillac ATS-V. All right, here we go. Taylor Hull into that first outside zone. Kisses the wall there as Ryan Tuerck chases him down into that second outside zone. Taylor massages it in. It's a lot deeper than Ryan Tuerck, and there he goes, shredding some bumper, knocking some cones out of the way, getting into the dirt. Taylor Hull collecting them all like Pokemon. And now past that front clip, crawling in. And, oh boy, this could get precarious. Oh boy, and there it goes. Oh wow, actually maneuvered it there. Looked like he was gonna get pinched out, but not the case. All right, here comes that BC Racing Ditto tire. Both these guys on Ditto tire, speaking of Dittos. Into that first outside zone. Getting that long shot, filling all of that first outside zone, and then into the second. There goes Denofa. Again, most recent winner, like you said, undefeated all the way from Orlando. Just kicking things off, our #1 qualifier, making it a perfect event. But look at Ryan Tuerck right there. Looks like he's gonna left punch that front inside clip. And now into that final, oh, and that, okay. I hope we have a drone.
We do have a drone.
I hope rock for new generation of Ford tuning. And here we go. So let's see how they handle this. You saw Chelsea Denofa kind of pedal back a little bit. Looks like he's got the grip in the car. As Ryan Tuerck, look at Chelsea. Oh, buddy.
What was the over/under on that happening?
I mean, we all knew it was going to go down. We all knew it was going to go down. He's got the incomplete. He's gonna try to stick it to the door of Ryan Tuerck, and yeah, so yeah, unfortunately,
he had to do it.
Yeah, he had to do it. He had to risk it, but unfortunately, it just did not pay off for Denofa. So with under the tower of power. Let's see what we got. The 4-cylinder hot hatch of Ryan Tuerck. Of course, the V8 vet. Woo, look at that. As Matt Field making his presence felt right there on the door of the Corolla hatchback. Ryan Tuerck using all of the course
I saw some
all
smoke.
the way out to the line, seeing some smoke. Ryan Sage getting some commentary in here as well. Some nice little quips as Ryan Tuerck has a wide swing around that front clip and now brings it into that final outer zone. And brings it on home, Ryan.
This is very exciting.
I like it. The history here as Ryan Tuerck was so excited back in the day from 2003 to here to 2021. Matt Field would love to put a stop to that, though. Literally rain on his parade as Matt Field transitions hot and heavy into that second outside zone. Matt Field digging deep. Ryan Tuerck maybe giving him a little too much room, but now you can see him catching up here. Let's see how he handles that front clip. Ryan Tuerck just tapping it, knocking it over into that final outside zone. Matt Field really gripping up with those Falcon tires and bringing it across the finish line. Ryan Tuerck will be leading that come out. Toyota Racing, Toyota Corolla hatchback into that first outside zone. Look at Matt Field, the beast of the bay. The drift cave, head caveman going for it right now.
Not playing games.
Yeah, no, we are not playing games at all. This ain't no video game. This is real life, son. As we come into that front clip. Oh, man, look at that. Massive angle there, and look at that shooting out into that final outer zone. Great composure from both these drivers. I got to tell you, Matt Field, Charged Corvette, throwing it in the outside zone, using all the course. Looks like the course is drying out even more. Look at this, gripping up into that second outer zone. Both of them, 3/4 of the way deep into the outside zone. Matt Field pulling away. Not leaving the judge's hands, and oh man, look at that. Matt Field had a lot of speed coming out of zone 2, and that might have just shot him out.
Well, we saw the same thing. We saw the same thing from Osbo, and it looks like it also...
Yeah, the parts boards definitely come into play. They'll have actually parts set up on a board, right front corner. Speaking of right front corner, here's our first left-hand turn as we go to that first outside zone. Dean Carnage Carney definitely high on that outside zone. Now coming to that second outside zone. Let's see how they attack this. Looks like, again, that momentum zone taking right to that second outside zone. Ryan Tuerck kind of pedaling back. Look at that snap by Dean Carnage Carney. Oh, that could be interesting right there, Ryan, as far as, let's take a look at this. I want to slow this down before I dissect it, and again, it's going to lean on the judges. Ryan Tuerck will lead the Gum Out Toyota Race Toyota Corolla hatchback. The Oracle Lighting Dodge Viper is going for it, and it seems like they're now tit for tat here. You can see Ryan Tuerck, looks like he's hitting all the right spaces and all the right lines. As Dean Carnage Carney now digs into that second outside zone, Ryan Tuerck flicks into that last outside zone. Looks like he does exceed. That is that back right tire. Doesn't look like, oh, looks like he's flirting with it though. If that was dirt or if that was a wall, he'd definitely be heavy into it. But, you know, again, just depending on where you put the tire, not so much the bumper. Are you tired yet? Dude, I mean, we got, like, again, that was yesterday, right conditions. Here we go, that Falcon tires, Drift Cave, Borley exhaust, Corvette into that first outside zone. He is hungry. Ryan Tuerck initiates. Not as high as field. Let's see how they handle this. Big angle there from field, allowing Ryan Tuerck to get to door, and Ryan Tuerck now slows down. He spins out, so another scenario similar to that of Travis Reeder, and Matt Field finishing out his run. And Ryan Tuerck, unfortunately, with that mistake in the chase position, very similar to that outside zone 2, definitely playing a role here as we speed things up. Ryan Tuerck initiates. That Gum Out, look at this, he is going for it. Live free or die, that's the motto of his home state of New Hampshire, transitioning back in that second outside zone.
Lark has really got to pour it on here in the top 32, excuse me, in the top 16. Tuerck pushing too hard through outside zone 2. Coming through this last section, he knows he just needs to kind of stay within relative proximity. He's going to get the win, move on to the Great 8, and he does just that.
Yeah, he did exactly. Shooting out, and Federico back there quite a bit. Not part of the equation as Ryan Tuerck doubles down and comes through that outside zone into outside zone 2. Doesn't get out there, Ryan. Not the best line for him coming to that power rally. Kind of overshoots it, now brings it around to that final outside zone. So, again, quite a departure, a Grand Canyon of a gap, but Ryan Tuerck going from outside zone 1, coming off the bank into 2, not the prettiest. Federico Sharifa looks like Ryan Tuerck kicking back a little bit here. Maybe that is definitely strategy. You can see him, you know, his spotter in his head, Biddy's maybe saying, hey, take a lower line. We saw what he did in the chase position. So now he's got to kind of pedal back, keep his composure. Federico doing a decent job. That is a massive hang up right there by Feddy. You can see him yanking the handbrake, massaging the vehicle into that. That was very difficult down as they leave the start line. Here we go. We're in the Royal Purple top 16, and here it is. Ryan Tuerck. Bit of a gap already from Ryan Tuerck and Justin Pollock, but Justin, massive angle here, but not part of the zip code, and now comes into that second outside zone. JTP absolutely grenading those course markers. Ryan Tuerck with a wide swing. Justin Pollock, ooh, that got very precarious for Ryan. Really won, I think, in the chase position, showing some dominance, driving prowess, and I think Ryan Tuerck, obviously he has the horsepower, he has the car. Can he execute? But Justin Pollock right now put down a solid lead run. Good angle from him. Ryan Tuerck not as deep. And a correction. JTP, obviously something. Oh boy. Oh boy. As now they alternate here. And that's going to be all she wrote for Ryan Tuerck, or excuse me, for Justin Pollock, excuse me. I got very nervous there as Justin Pollock, grade 8. Ryan Tuerck initiates, throws it down. Great job by that Gum Out Toyota Race Toyota Corolla hatchback. Now coming down into the power alley. How's Travis Reeder going to handle this? Does he get out to that outside zone 2? He is bathing in smoke. Overshoots the outside zone 3. A quick little correction here. An awesome showing by Reeder in tow, but Ryan Tuerck putting on a clinic, and Travis Reeder is front and center, but this is what you prepare for. Here we go. Travis Reeder out front, Ryan Tuerck in the chase position. Now Ryan Tuerck, you can see him gaining some ground, cutting through the smoke. Travis Reeder, some wobbling there, but he does not fall down. Now going into that power alley, Ryan Tuerck drops into formation. There he goes into that third outside zone. Travis Reeder gets all the way in it. Ryan Tuerck does as well. Little evading of that outside zone 2, but in outside zone 4, both of them stand and deliver. Great movie, by the way. 3, send it! Here we go. Ryan Tuerck, Matt Field, the Gum Out Toyota Race Toyota Corolla hatchback, slingshotting away. Oh, Matt Field spins out. Matt Field spins out, and Ryan Tuerck continues on as he needs to. Ryan Tuerck does need to complete the run in order to have the advantage. He had the lead run. What happened to Matt Field? He's been absolutely poised. He wasn't even advantage right now. So Ryan Tuerck, I have to assume he's still going to apply the pressure, but not like he's going for just an absolute wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Here we go. Matt Field goes into that outside zone. Number 1, Ryan Tuerck. You can see lacking a little bit of angle, maybe playing it safe. I don't consider this an inactive chase at any point as Ryan Tuerck now, he misses outside zone 3. Again, major mistake. Incomplete, 1 scored run, 2 scored runs. Matt Field brings it into that final outside zone and crosses that finish line. Ryan, some accidents. 16 was dang near perfect. Like, it was just a great execution and an example of the caliber of drifting that you would love to see every event at Formula Drift. And like I said, the line. Ryan Tuerck will lead Jonathan Nairn to give him chase in his first outside zone. Both of them filling it. Ryan Tuerck, a lot of angle there from that hot hatch. Now, oh, and Nairn. What happened there? It looked like big contact or something happened there. It looked like it was an independent incident that front left. Just exploded, but Ryan Tuerck continues on, seemed to be unfazed. I would love to see the drone shot. I believe the drone's in the sky.
I think Nairn's front end gripped up, and it
Might have hit the tire.
It is a tricky time of the afternoon. The guys are driving from the shade into an area of the course where it is still hot, so you have to wonder how these track changes may have been different from the practice session that was an hour and a half ago. We are seeing Nairn stopped right here.
Aggressive, solid, and starting a perfect run. And he's going to need Ryan Tuerck to make mistakes. Coming to that second outside zone. Massive angle there from Nairn. And Ryan Tuerck just keeping it consistent, nothing too aggressive, nothing off the charts. And unfortunate with Nairn's contact. Here we go. Chris Forsberg, Ryan Tuerck. Forsberg will lead. Forsberg qualified 8th. Ryan Tuerck qualifying 9th. So a fairly equally matched battle here. And Chris Forsberg throws in that first outside zone. Ryan Tuerck right there. Now let's transition to that second outside zone. Forsberg leading Ryan Tuerck into that inside clip. Tuerck tapping it just barely. Ooh, Tuerck loses a little bit of angle there coming out of outside zone 3. And both, ooh, okay. Looked like Forsberg had a little bit of a hiccup right before the finish line of these two iconic drifters, Ryan Tuerck and Chris Forsberg. Ryan Tuerck throwing it in. Ripping in that gum-out Toyota Racing Toyota Corolla hatchback. A wide swing. Forsberg keeps the composure. Both of them taking out that inside clip, going to that third outside zone. Great job by Ryan Tuerck, Chris Forsberg. Oh, man, dropping into that last outside zone. Woo! Absolutely awesome. Solid.
That was awesome.
That was probably the best head-to-head we've seen.
That was amazing, and
this is the first time he's going against Ryan Tuerck in that gum-out Toyota Racing Nitto Tire Toyota Corolla hatchback. Here we go. All right, Alex Robbins initiates right back to it, right into that first outer zone, now into the second outer zone. Big angle! Robbins goes hard to the wall. Robbins slams into the wall, make sure he's okay. And Ryan Tuerck does not need to continue with the entirety of his run as he is in the chase run.
And again, stacking up another good result.
So Ryan Tuerck initiates that gum-out Toyota Racing Toyota Corolla hatchback. Lay back and listen to this 4-cylinder turbocharged nitrous hatchback. Chase, Ryan Tuerck qualifying 9th, Dylan Hughes qualifying 10th. Ryan Tuerck in that gum-out Toyota Racing Corolla hatchback on Nitto tires. Dylan Hughes, that Royal Purple O'Reilly's Auto Parts GT Radial BMW, going right to the side of them. Let's see how they transition. Rock solid in that second outside zone, now approaching the inside clip. Oh wow, looks like, look at that, into that third outside zone. Want to watch the instant replay from second to third on the outside zone and filling all that outside zone for Ryan. Woo! Judges getting hyped equally as well. Want to see the perspective from second into that. It might not, you know. I mean, you see the battle damage on the side of Ryan Tuerck's vehicle. But these two gliders ready to send it. Here we go. Dylan Hughes out front, that Royal Purple O'Reilly Auto Parts BMW. Look at that, Dylan Hughes gets a little dirt on the back end of that BMW. He lunges forward, but there we go. Ryan Tuerck now comes back to the side of that BMW into that third outside zone and exiting out. Ryan Tuerck hangs it out to dry and into that final outside zone. Ryan, Ryan Tuerck in that chase position. Coming down to that first inside clip. Whoa, buddy! Excuse me, the first outside zone. Now to that second outside zone. Now into the one, the only Peninsula inside clip. Into that third outside zone. Ryan Tuerck in tow. The gold Supra. Bring it around. Oh, man, Ryan Tuerck hits the wall. Ryan Tuerck taps the wall, gets out of shape. And I'm trying to recall, I don't believe a competition timeout has been used by Ryan.
There was no mistake from Osbo. It was a great run up until that point. Let's finish it.
Here we go, send it, put him in a body bag, Johnny. Ryan Tuerck initiates in that first outside zone, now approaching the second outside zone, and now into the one and only front flip. Both of them hitting that three-wheel motion, now into that third outside zone, a transition where Ryan Tuerck hit the side. As long as Frederick Osbo keeps it clean, he should get the win. Ryan Tuerck and Frederick bringing around that cone and celebrating in front of the fans after a wacky, crazy, wild. Gentlemen, again, Ryan Tuerck currently sitting in fourth in points. Comes out swinging literally. Now coming into that first right-hand 90 turn. Out to the touch and go. There goes Ryan Tuerck tapping that bumper. You can see barely a bumper there. Dean Carney's taking a very shallow line, trying to get aggressive. Past that second touch and go into that front clip. And there goes Ryan Tuerck and Dean Carney trying to get that overhead. Exactly textbook. He still gave some opportunity there for Dean. Now here we go. Dean Carney leading. Gets all the way out to that touch and go. Ryan Tuerck does not. Now filling that first inside, outside zone. Oh! Dean Carney, massive hit. And that's going to really hurt Dean Carney in more ways than one. Oh.
Up until that point,
Sheesh.
I was
into the grade 8 for the first time. Ryan Tuerck flirting with those cones, comes out literally swinging. Now into that touch and go. Out of the 90, Ryan Tuerck, oh, almost kissing the bumper, but does not. Wall to wall, Ryan. Oh! Ryan Tuerck spins! And with Masayama continuing the course, he does not. Ryan, that is huge. And that's, I mean, think about it. That's where Forsberg spun in the chase position. So it must be getting slick, I don't know. Masayama could make his first entry into the grade 8. Ryan Tuerck is going to try to put a stop to it, apply the pressure, maybe kind of force a mistake by Masayama, a shallow line, but Ryan Tuerck! As Masayama continues on, and that will be a win for Masayama, and unfortunately Ryan Tuerck tapping the wall and then sending him into the tires. And Ryan, we've seen good clean start, no cones hit. Taylor Hole initiates. Ryan Tuerck jumps to the side of Taylor Hole. Look at the angle of Taylor Hole. Whoa, massive angle, stays in it. Oh no, Taylor Hole drops way down below, gets out of shape. And Taylor Hole with that lead run, that is a hard act to follow. Unfortunately, Taylor Hole gets way too aggressive. He knows who he's going against. And Taylor Hole, I'll tell you what, in qualifying yesterday, he looked absolutely on a mission.
You know, interestingly enough, it was not the wall that got Taylor Hole.
But the effects of hitting the wall off the line going below the track course, track limits, if I may. Ryan Tuerck, middle of the road line, taking a tempered approach. I think that's the right approach. And now coming past that start-finish into the second outside zone. Ryan Tuerck went hard on that wall yesterday, but got the car back out here. Past that second inner clip and now into that final outside zone. There goes Ryan Tuerck. That's a great run there by Ryan Tuerck. But unfortunately for Taylor Hole, that's going to be all she wrote run, and he will advance on. I'll lay out and listen to this 4-cylinder turbocharged nitrous gum out Toyota Racing Toyota Corolla hatchback. Osbo initiates. Ryan Tuerck just does the same. And look at that, Frederick Osbo not even affected by Ryan Tuerck in his presence. Now transitions past that first inside clip, coming into that second outside zone. Frederick Osbo brings it on in. Ryan Tuerck does the same, look at that. Digging himself into that ditto tire smoke. Ryan Tuerck surges past that second inside clip, approaching, pulling some tire up. Three-wheel motion by Frederick Osbo, Norwegian Hammer. Ryan Tuerck makes some noise, Irwindale. With the Supra, and here he is behind the wheel of a new Supra, and he is flying that Toyota flag for many years. Here we go, Ryan Tuerck out front. Ryan Tuerck throws it high, and look at that, Frederick Osbo. Not as high, but he massages it a little bit up, as now coming into that first inside clip. Transition is Ryan Tuerck past the inside clip into that second outside zone. Mimicking each other. Ryan Tuerck with a little bit more angle than Frederick Osbo, a little bit lower line there from Freddie as he takes out that second inside clip into that last outside zone. And Frederick Osbo right there to the side of Ryan Tuerck. Ryan, we are splitting